A topic that needs to be discussed this morning is the topic of Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison. Because there's a bigger issue at play here other than does he want to be traded for the Minnesota Vikings? Does he not like his time with the Minnesota Vikings? Blah, 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 blah. Because that's been the discussion after he made a cryptic Instagram post following the Minnesota Vikings loss to the Los Angeles Rams, which includes a free 3 quote on a picture and an Instagram story. But let me first tell you about Hochland Farm. Hochland Farm has the best rotationally grazed 100% grass-fed beef. This beef is sold at quarters and halves, and they have custom sample packs so you can try before you buy. Ground beef, sirloin steaks, T-bone steaks, chuck roast, and plenty more. Contact Hochland Farm today because it makes the most sense. $4.15 a pound is what my wife and I got it for this year. You go to Walmart, chuck roast, $8 a pound, $9 a pound. You go to Walmart, Aldi, look at their steaks, look at their rotationally grazed grass-fed beef, and it's not near $4.15 a pound. It makes sense logistically, makes sense financially, and this stuff is the best for you as well. So Hochland Farm, contact them today at 952-491-1541 and get 20% off your first order by mentioning the Minnesota Tim podcast, 952-491-1541. Okay, so Jordan Addison, let me just show you the post that he made if you have not yet seen it already. Here's the post. Jordan Addison, free 3 picture of himself on his Instagram story following the Vikings loss to the Los Angeles Rams. How much did we lose by like 10, 30 to 20, something like that, whatever. Vikings drop to 5-2. They lose 2 in a row. So that's the picture. And that's going to get instant reaction because of the season that Jordan Addison is having so far. He has a very good game against the Green Bay Packers. But you look at how many catches Addison has had this year, okay? And I'm going to get to the bigger point soon. So hang with me. Aaron Jones has 22 catches. Justin Jefferson obviously will be first on the team, 41 catches. Jalen Naylor, 14 catches. And you have to be fair here. Addison has played in 2 less games because of his injury that he received to his ankle earlier in the season, but he's still supposed to be the number 2 option, the number 2 wide receiver. So the fact that he has as many catches as Johnny Munt, it's a little concerning. Jordan Addison, 14 catches. Jalen Naylor, 14 catches. Aaron Jones, 22 catches. So he's been the second best wide receiver on the team so far this year. And Jordan Addison also only has 1 touchdown catch this year, which a part of that can be on Sam Darnold. The throw that he attempted to Justin Jefferson in double coverage against the Los Angeles Rams when Jefferson fell over in the red zone, Jordan Addison was open by 5 feet, and he didn't even look his way. And that can be the downer of having a wide receiver like Justin Jefferson who could make so many spectacular plays. You force some throws that aren't there. And when you got a receiver like Jordan Addison who's really talented and you don't even look his direction, even though he's wide open, and it would have been an easy touchdown by the Minnesota Vikings, which became a field goal, which made a massive difference in that football game. So he makes this free 3 post following the Vikings loss. And the question that people are trying to answer, which I already mentioned, is Jordan Addison trying to be traded? I think the Nightcap show with Chad Johnson and Shannon Sharp did a reaction to that, which got Jordan Addison to react to it. Take a look at this reaction by Jordan Addison. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're getting it. He just reacts. He said, "Do your homework," because free 3 is this slogan that Jordan Addison has used ever since college. But here's the problem with Addison's reasoning. Number one, the free 3 post that he shared on the Nightcap show was him in a Pittsburgh uniform. The Minnesota Vikings drafted him out of USC. Makes absolutely no sense. You're supporting their opinion of you wanting to play somewhere else. So free 3 and then you transfer to USC. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it? Okay. Jordan Addison lacks a lot of awareness. And that might be the bigger problem here. Because this guy has a history of stupid decisions. Going back to his rookie season in the Minnesota Vikings before training camp even started, I believe it was. Yeah, in July. When was it? Yeah, July. I got that right. Jordan Addison. Let me share this story with you. Okay. Let's see here. Jordan Addison driving 140 miles per hour because of a dog emergency. What kind of emergency are we talking about here? He's driving 140 miles per hour after the Minnesota Vikings drafted him in July because his dog was having an emergency at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. There's no doubt Jordan Addison has talent, but this guy is clueless. The next story that I'm going to share with you. Jordan Addison happened in July again, the very next year. Look at this. Jordan Addison vows to keep learning after DUI arrest. I think the DUI arrest happened like a month prior or a few weeks prior to this article being written, but doesn't matter. Jordan Addison in the middle of California, in Los Angeles, just chilling in his car, passed out on the freeway. Cops had to come up to him, allegedly. But, I mean, it seems pretty factual here, right? And this happened, a week or two after Minnesota Vikings draft pick, 3rd or 4th rounder, Kyrie Jackson died because of a drunk driver ran into him. And, the whole world's reacting to it, talking about how sad of a situation it is, because it is. Vikings have the patches. They got his number on the uniforms, on the practice field, everywhere. And then your 1B superstar receiver that you hope takes a massive jump in year 2 because he played so well in year 1 without Justin Jefferson, goes and does the exact thing that killed his teammate. The article says this. Just before midnight local time on July 12th, the California Highway Patrol officer found Addison asleep behind the wheel of a car on Interstate 105 near Los Angeles International Airport. The car was blocking a lane of the freeway, and a DUI investigation led to his arrest. As of Wednesday, there are no formal charges, documents filed in the court. Addison could face discipline. The court date, I guess, got pushed back. This incident occurred nearly a year after Addison was cited for driving 140 miles per hour on a Minnesota freeway in July 2023. Whatever the case may be about this free 3 crap, which he denies is a statement about, wanting to be released or unleashed by the Minnesota Vikings, this guy has no credibility. So how can you believe it? He drives 140 miles per hour, and then he gets a DUI following the passing of his Vikings teammate to a DUI driver, allegedly. I don't know if it's factual or what the evidence is, but that seems to be the case, allegedly. And now he's saying that his free 3 thing is just a slogan that he's had ever since he was in college, which it started in Pittsburgh. He transferred to USC. The picture says free 3. Am I just dumb here or something? Like, it seems pretty applicable to me. Like this, the fact that after a loss, after a 2-game losing streak. Then he posts this, which is, of course, going to get reaction after he has 2 catches for hardly any yards against the Los Angeles Rams. How are people supposed to react to this? What's our reaction supposed to be? Oh, yeah. He just wants to be. He has no awareness. None whatsoever. And that's what he's proved over the course of his Minnesota Vikings short time on the football field. This is the 2nd year. And he's already had 2 massive indictments, driving 140 miles per hour and a DUI. So you're losing credibility day after day when you post stupid garbage like this. How can I believe that he doesn't mean that he wants to get traded or play for another team when he's come up with stupid excuses like my dog is having an emergency before to drive 140 miles per hour? It just makes no sense. And this dude lacks awareness, and he's losing credibility by day. How can we believe what he says when this is just a slogan of his he's used since college? You did it after a 2-game losing streak. This is moronic because, of course, we're going to react this way. There's no other way to react. And it's not like he has a pass where like, okay, yeah, I mean, makes sense. I mean, you know, you've earned so much credibility of what you've done off the football field that we'll just believe you this time. Like, you don't obviously mean it. It's not one of those situations. It's not like this is a situation where Justin Jefferson has been drama-free, handled the contract negotiations like a boss, and then had one stupid mistake. No, this guy's had mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. He's talented. He's uber talented. But he's proved over and over again that he lacks any self-awareness whatsoever.